Hello, hello, and welcome to Live Healthy, Be Happy with Amy. And that's me, Amy Bolton. So welcome to today's Facebook Live, today's video that I am doing. I'm going to be talking today about meal planning with little ones. Yay! And if you're watching the live today, happy Valentine's Day for everybody watching the recording on Valentine's Day. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to share this with my group, so then hopefully we can get some engagement and people joining. Just 1 second here. And if you are not a part of my group and you feel like you would benefit from it, my group is for women who are needing some extra support and struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety, wanting to connect with other moms and a community of women in that whole realm of things. And we encourage one another, offer support, and I don't know why this is showing up like this. Maybe I won't be able to share it. Not sure. It's not giving me the share option, so maybe we won't share it for today. Or maybe I might have to... Oh, there we go. It's just maybe taking a minute to load, and you might hear my voice here. Oh, there we go. So, it's probably just not liking my internet connection right now because I'm trying to do double things, right? So, we will share to my group. And I'd love to have you join our group if that's something that would help you. Okay, there we are. We are posted. So what I wanted to do to start my Facebook Lives, I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wanted to share with you guys one of the Louise Hay's present moment affirmations. So in here, I don't have page 1 and 2 because I think some kids may have pulled that page out. I can see there's a page missing here. But we'll start with day 3. So, I see the world through eyes of love. So that's something you can try and tell yourself throughout the day, or as you are going throughout your day. I see the world through eyes of love. So I always like to do the very simplistic comparison of love versus fear. Are we thinking about this on the terms of love, or are we thinking about it on the terms of fear? I'm just gonna get rid of that screen so hopefully it's not using my internet, because I want you guys to get the best quality video that's possible, which isn't always possible where I live, so yes. So thinking about that, are you seeing the world through eyes of love or eyes of fear? Are a lot of your thoughts, concerns, worries, are they fear-based? Or are you thinking about love? Because when you to love a lot of the time, it's going to feel a lot better, right? So, good coffee this morning. So, meal planning with little ones. This was one of the questions that was asked inside our group. Actually, one of our members had asked this great question. And specifically, she was asking meal planning while breastfeeding, because I know breastfeeding can be such a time, like a consuming time in our lives, right? It takes a lot of time and effort and energy to be breastfeeding and to be caring for our family, and it's such a beautiful, wonderful thing, right? So I wouldn't want to encourage anybody not to be doing that, because actually I believe that it's much more simpler. You don't have to be making bottles, but what works for everybody, what works for you is the best for you, right? So just always remember that. So it is such a beautiful time. One of the tips that I wanted to start off with is making sure you always have water. So if you have a favorite water bottle, you can make sure it's always full of water, or let your partner know to, if they see you sitting there, to bring you water. Whoever's in the house, if you have older kids, maybe they can go get you a glass of water. But make sure you're hydrated. Being hydrated is so important. Having a good bottle of water, something that you're going to be drinking all the time, is so important. So, on to meal planning. So some of the suggestions that I have a bunch of things that I've written down, some notes here for you to help. One of the tips I have is batch cooking, right? So creating a bigger batch of food essentially is what that means. It doesn't have to be intimidating, or I know sometimes the batch cooking term is getting thrown around a lot these days, but it can be as simple as when you make oatmeal in the morning, doing a double batch so that you have some for tomorrow as well, or the day after, or whatever, right? So, or doing a triple batch and then you have oatmeal for the week, right? So making sure you have extra. If you're making a spaghetti sauce, make extra and freeze it. And then you have some for next week, and then it's super simple to just boil up some noodles and heat up some sauce. You just throw it in the pan and heat it up, right? Spaghetti or chilies are always one that I batch cook with, make extra. You can always do a big batch of any kind of meats and bag them up in little bags, throw them in the freezer, and then pull them out when you're ready and just defrost them and heat them up for dinner, right? So if you pre-package everything in little bags in the freezer, most things freeze. The only thing that doesn't generally freeze are certain vegetables are a lot nicer to have kind of fresh, so you can always add those in later. Potatoes don't always freeze so well either, unless they're cooked ahead of time. So things that are cooked like muffins freeze really well too, so you can always do a batch recipe of some healthy breakfast muffins, lactation cookies, those types of things, right? Another thing you can do is ask friends and family to come help. So you can have like a day that you're just preparing meals and making a whole bunch of batch cooking frozen meals. If you are just postpartum, or if you're still pregnant and you're planning for your postpartum period, you can plan a freezer party. You can tell your friends and family that you don't want to have a baby shower, you want to have a fill a freezer party. Get everybody to come over and bring some different meals that they can throw in your freezer and make sure it's full, so that postpartum you have those meals to access, right? You can ask your partner or a babysitter or somebody to come and help watch the kids while you're prepping meals to make it easier. Maybe do that on a weekly basis, having somebody there to support you while you're making sure that you're getting all those meals prepped out or planned or batched or whatever, right? So that's an idea there. I know that takes a little bit of planning ahead, but it is an idea, so do what feels right for you. There's lots of ideas going to be thrown at you, so do what works for you. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment in the comments what you do for meal planning. If you have any tips to add to this list, if you have any suggestions on what might work for other moms that's working for you, because I'm sure other people would love to hear other suggestions. So when you're with the batch cooking idea, one simple thing that I do almost on a regular basis, because for whatever reason I always cook more than we need at dinner time, and I'm actually lost if I cook the right amount, because I always have that meal for lunch the next day. So that's every day I have my lunch planned out. It's whatever we had for dinner the night before, that's what I'm having for lunch, or a variation of that. And that may make your meal planning a bit easier too, because you're not having to plan dinner and lunch. You have both of them prepared, right, ahead of time. And oftentimes I can use what we made for dinner in my daughter's lunch the next day too, or certain parts of it, variations of it. I know she loves having tacos in her lunch, so if we have tacos, I can just wrap them up, throw them in her lunch, and she loves eating them at school cold, so that's a good one too. The other thing is just having lots of accessible, easy snacks in your house. So when you're shopping, making sure you're getting lots of healthy snacking items. So some of the ideas are, dried fruits like dates. Dates are really good for you if you in moderation. Baby carrots, bags of almonds and nuts and those types of things. Seeds are great snacking items. They're really good for you. Having nut butter or peanut butter accessible, so you can just make some peanut butter toast or almond toast or whatever on a quick fly if you're needing a quick nutritious snack. Like I said earlier, you can fill your freezer with lactation cookies, muffins, those types of things that freeze really well, and they're easy to pull out, easy to have ready for breakfast, easy to have to snack on, They'll take not very long to defrost if you need a quick snack. Things like green beans, so you can have fresh green beans. I know they're great to grab from the store, and they're great to just grab out of the fridge and snack. So if you're conscious of having those healthy snacks in your fridge that you can just grab and snack on when you're needing those snacks, that's very helpful. Lots of fruits are really easy to just grab and go. So bananas, apples, oranges. I find mandarin oranges are excellent because they're easy to peel. They're easy for the kids to peel too, right? Pears, those types of things. So making sure your house is full of healthy, easy snacks that are easy to grab and go, so that when it comes to snack time, you don't have to put any extra thought into it. Cheese and crackers are always a good go-to too. It's easy to chop up cheese. You can even chop up a whole bunch of cheese slices ahead of time too and have them already in the fridge prepared, so that it's easy to grab and go when you need to, right? Easy to chop it all up once, and then you can throw it in kids' lunches. You can have it for you at home with you and baby or whatever, right? So there's lots of different options that way. And then the other suggestion that I had was writing down all of your family's meals. So you can sit down with your family and your husband, your partner, your older children, and make a list of what everybody likes. So all of your favorite family meals. So make a list, and then you have a reference for down the road when you're feeling stuck, or if you're trying to figure out what you need to make for dinner in the last minute. You have that reference to look at, and maybe you can kind of look at it ahead of time and plan for what you need to be shopping for. And then you know what everybody likes. Everybody's kind of contributed to what they like, and you can go back to this and check it again and redo the list as you go down the road. But that's a great way to have that referenced so that you're not stuck. And then the last idea that I had was themes. So creating themes for some of the days throughout the week. You can get creative with it, but some of the ideas are meatless Mondays, Taco Tuesdays. So you can, when you have that theme, then on Tuesdays we're having tacos. Or say Friday's pizza night. We love making little pita pizzas, and I put out all kinds of healthy, good ingredients that people can put on their pizzas, and everybody makes their own pizzas. So we have peppers and some pepperoni, and what else do we have? We have olives and spinach, ham, pineapple, those types of things. So all kinds of different ingredients that you can throw on. Avocado, I love avocado on it. Actually, the other day I had now I'm drawing a blank. It's another type of lettuce, but I was so excited to have it on the pizza. It was really good. My pizzas always look like a big salad on top of a pita, so it's pretty yummy. And then some cheese melted on top. It's pretty delicious. So those were my tips for today. And what I would like to also mention is my postpartum support circle applications are going to be opening shortly. So if you are interested in joining that or interested in finding out more, I would encourage you to hop on the wait list. I'll put the wait list link in the comments so that you can get information as soon as I release it. And like I said, it's going to be coming out soon, so make sure, don't hesitate to get on the wait list. And what the Postpartum Support Circle is, it's a group of women that meet once a week for extra support, to learn about postpartum depression and anxiety, get extra tools for yourself to use on a day-to-day basis to help your family, help you feel better. It's something to look forward to each week. That's what I'm hearing from people in the postpartum circle, is they're just like looking forward to planning. That's their hour for them to spend time for themselves, to really think about what they need to be doing and really connecting with other women, right? Connecting with other moms without having to leave your home, right? You're in the comfort of your own home. Each week you're going to get a reminder to take care of yourself and look after yourself, and we all need that as moms. We all need that extra kick, that extra support to look after ourselves. So that's what the Postpartum Support Circle is all about, and I would encourage you to join the wait list, because like I said, very quickly I'm going to be opening applications, and we're going to be starting the Next Postpartum Support Circle. So I look forward to having you join us, or even just, check it out and get some more information. And I hope you guys are having a lovely Valentine's Day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.